Most of you have probably heard of Keith Lee, the internet food critic. As a food critic, you are not gonna please all people with your comments. Recently, Mr. Lee stated his disappointment with several restaurants in the ATL, citing surcharges, unusual rules, and wait times as an issue. Cardi B even chimed in on the situation.
Atlanta, it is such an event. You could barely order.
Well, in this video, we are not going to focus on all of that. We are going to discuss the Keith Lee effect. But first, a little background on Mr. Lee. Keith Lee, the food critic, not to be confused with Keith Lee, a professional wrestler, is a seemingly reserved man with a calming demeanor. Fun fact, Lee used to be a mixed martial arts fighter who went by the nickname Killa. In 2021, during the pandemic, Keith Lee began posting restaurant reviews on TikTok. He now has over 15 million followers on the platform. So, what is the Keith Lee effect? As listed in the Urban Dictionary, the Keith Lee effect is the sudden financial improvement of small food chains. Positive reviews from Keith Lee have a pattern of making restaurants with little business go from slow business to having an overwhelming abundance of customers. That is the Keith Lee effect. Lee, for example, visited a Las Vegas restaurant called Frankincense. An employee had contacted Lee because of slow business and wanted to know if Lee could do a review. Lee does not get paid for food reviews, and he buys his own food. During Lee's review, he can be seen chowing down on foods from Frankincense, including wings, garlic knots, and pizza.
Flavor wing before. That's a delicious wing. It's sweet, it's salty. That's a 9 out of 10.
Although Lee was not a fan of the fries and ranch dressing, Lee strongly recommended the other items and gave the restaurant a great review. Lee went to visit Frankincense 4 days later, and customers were lined up down the street. That is the Keith Lee effect. Early last year, Lee had done a review for a newly opened restaurant that was having trouble attracting customers. Unfortunately, the owner of Dynamite Korean Food and Sushi Grill had been diagnosed with oral cancer right before opening the restaurant. Lee did a review of the restaurant. Regardless of the circumstances, he always prides himself on giving a fair review. Lee gave the restaurant a very good rating, only citing that a few of the dishes could use additional sauces. As a result of Lee's online review, business increased and viewers helped to raise over $40,000 for the restaurant owner's chemotherapy. Unfortunately, the owner recently passed away. Explaining that he has never directly asked his viewers to visit a restaurant that he has reviewed, Lee appealed to his viewers to patronize the Korean restaurant to drum up business and to show support in the wake of the owner's death. Well, on December 31st, customers certainly showed up. There was a 5-hour wait, with the line being wrapped around the corner. And there you have it. That is the Keith Lee effect. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.